What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing this really cool holiday look. But before we talk about that, for one, I got my hair done. Like, this is something very different and new. I went to a natural curly specialized salon and they hooked it up. Like, a lot of my hair has definition. The only thing is though, I could probably wear this style for a little bit and it becomes a mess. I don't know how to refresh it. I don't know how to even do this style on my own. And yeah, I guess I need to kind of learn that. This video is about the makeup tutorial, okay? So this is a very simple holiday makeup tutorial. If you guys want to see exactly how I got this look, please stay tuned. Alright guys, so the first thing I like to start on, as we always do, is the brows. So to start off with the brows, what I'm using is the Sephora brow pencil, and this is the retractable brow pencil. It's like 12 bucks at Sephora. Usually whenever I do my brows, I kind of just brush my brows up and then I just pretty much fill them in. So all I'm doing is just applying really small, precise strokes right underneath my brow, just so that I get that real good line. And then I just kind of match it up with the other brow, just like that, as you can see. And don't worry, it kind of looks a little bit crazy or whatnot right now, but we're gonna make it work, right? So all I do is take the spoolie and then slowly kind of brush from the bottom up, just to blend my brows in a little bit more, just like that. Now to kind of define underneath my brow, I'm gonna go in with the Max Dark Studio Fix Concealer and Correct palette. It's this right here, and I'm gonna be using this shade right here for underneath my brow. And all you have to do is just take your time going directly underneath, just like this, and then pulling that product all the way down. And now what I'm going to do is take my finger and I'm just going to blend that with my finger and bring it down to my eyelids. Just like that. Now on top of my eyelids, I do want to conceal my eyelids as well. So I'm going to be using the same palette and then using this lighter shade here. Since I will be using like I'm going for like a brown eyeshadow and red lips, I want to make sure that I'm able to see that brown color. So I'm going to put some of this concealer directly on top of my lids, just to brighten up my lids a bit. Just like that. Ugh, I know I'm sniffling a bit. I'm a little sick. Been taking zinc. So if you guys are sick, make sure you take your zinc, alright? Because that stuff pretty much works. Like, this cold could be way better. Way worse, I mean. Now that I have it here, I'm going to go in with my fingers again, and I am just going to blend that out and make sure I get a nice base for my eyeshadow. So to set my lids, I'm going to go in with the Huda Beauty. This is the loose baking powder, and I'm going to place some of this directly on top of my lids, just so that I can set that concealer in place. And the reason why you want to set your concealer is so, for one, it doesn't crease, and two, it gives me a really nice, like soft, kind of non-tacky surface to apply my eyeshadow. So now we're going to go ahead and apply the eyeshadow. I'm using the Too Faced Appley in Love palette. I've used this all throughout my Halloween makeup tutorials, and if you guys can see, these colors are freaking beautiful. They are perfect. Perfect for Halloween, perfect for like the fall kind of season, which I love. So what we're first gonna do is start with our transition and then kind of go all the way down. So the first color we're gonna be using is this shade right here. This is kind of like a lighter shade. It's called Slice Slice Baby. And I'm gonna place this a little bit above my crease. So I'm gonna start off like right above my crease, just to give it a really nice kind of transition color. And all I'm doing is just applying it right here, right above my crease. Now we're gonna go into a deeper brown shade, and I'm gonna be using the Applesauce, which is this shade right here. And I'm gonna place this color directly into my crease. And then place this on in my crease. And as you can see, it gives a really nice transition shade, a really nice transition color. And all we're doing is just rubbing that in there. Really light. Go light, please don't go heavy, but go real light and just apply this right in that crease right there. There you go, just like that. Now I'm gonna go in with the darkish shade, and this is this shade down here. This is called Baskets Full. So I'm gonna use this dark shade and put this directly on top of my lids. So it goes from light all the way down to dark. And you see how dark that is? Whew, that's super dark. So we're gonna put this directly on top of our lids. Just like that. And once we put that on our lids, we want to go ahead and blend it at the top, just so that it's not any harsh lines on the lids. We're getting a nice, even, really nice type of blend. Now, after that is done, what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go in and put on my lashes. These are the lashes that I got from like the dollar store. Honestly, if you could find any lashes that you love, I recommend just using whatever lashes that you have available. I'm gonna do this off camera and then I'm gonna be right back. All right, so as you can see, eyelashes are on. I actually changed my mind mid putting on the eyelashes. I decided to go with the Sephora. These are the Swanky Chic eyelashes and they're beautiful, as you can see right here. All right, now onto the face. So first off, we're gonna go ahead and prime our face. What I'm using is the Milk Makeup, Milk Makeup Pore Eclipse Primer, and it looks just like this. It comes in a really good stick, in a stick form, which I like because I could just basically rub it onto my face. One thing I will say is, like, if you're rubbing it onto your face like this, please make sure you guys have washed your face and it's on a clean, fresh face, please, because you don't want to get bacteria or anything like that onto your makeup products. And what I do is take my fingers and I just kind of blend all of that up and into my skin. So for foundation, I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury foundation in the shade Neutral, and this is my go-to foundation, haven't changed. By far one of my favorites. This is the Airbrush Flawless foundation, which I just love this. I really do love this foundation so much. I'm just gonna put a little bit onto my little pan down here, and then I'm gonna use a makeup brush and just first apply it on. I'm gonna apply it on with a makeup brush and then go in with a beauty blender to make sure it gets blended out evenly and nicely. Now I'm gonna go use my beauty blender, and this is a damp beauty blender. I'm gonna use this big part here and just kind of make sure I kind of press that product into my face, just like that. Now that my face is completely just regular blank, I'm going to be using a couple of, I'm using this product to go ahead and highlight. And this is a new product. This is the Tarte Creaseless Creamy Concealer. It's this right here. This is going to be my first time using the product, so we're going to see how it kind of works out. So what I'm doing is taking this product and just placing it right here, a little bit on this side. I say so far the application is nice. I do like how soft the applicator is, so that works out. And I'm just placing this on my Cupid's bow, on my chin, just like that. And next I'm gonna grab my beauty blender. I'm using this pointed part here, and yes, it is damp, and I'm gonna go ahead and kind of dab that in. I'm doing really light dabs, just to spread that product out. Really liking how this is looking so far. Normally I use the NARS concealer in the shade Ahmad, and the reason why I use that concealer is because my girl Jackie Aina always used that concealer, and that was one of my favorites for a really long time. So I do want to expand out and try different types of concealers, you know, because you never know which one you're gonna like. So this one, I mean, so far it's not too bad. I'm just gonna apply a little bit more over here on this side actually on both sides, just to brighten that area up a little bit more. And then going back in with that beauty blender and just blending that all out. Now to set that concealer, I'm gonna go back in with the Huda Beauty. This is the setting powder. And I'm gonna use this little small press powder that I have here. And I really love these press powders because it has like a really pointed edge, so I can actually get in there to apply my powder. It's real perfect to get into that little section there. Now for my contour, I'm going in with the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Beautiful Skin Sun Kissed Bronzer, and I'm going to be using this shade right here as my contour. This is the shade, what shade is this? Deep, yeah, shade 4 Deep. So just putting a little bit of this on my brush, and then just kind of stippling in a little bit on the side here first before I start blending it out, because I want to kind of carve this area out first. Kind of stipple that in, then I'm going to go ahead and blend it in using the same brush. Now I'm going to go back in with my Huda Beauty powder, and I'm going to go ahead and place some of this powder underneath that concealer, or sorry, that contour. And then I'm bringing that down. Alright, now what I'm going to do is brush all of this excess powder off, which just gives me a really nice definition that I want. But don't worry, it looks a little harsh now. I'm gonna show you what I do to kind of blend all that stuff out. Now I'm gonna go in and set my entire face. I'm gonna be using the True Color. This is the Black Opal setting powder. It looks just like this. It's a very loose powder. By far, I've used this powder for years as a setting powder because it just matches my skin perfectly, and it's just, I don't know, it just works for me. I think like once you find your setting powder, it's like one of those things where it's kind of difficult to go back to something else or try something new. Don't get me wrong, I do like to try new things, but it's so hard finding just the right shade for me. So I just basically kind of keep to it. Like I've really had a great experience with this setting powder. The other setting powder that I used before this was by MAC, but I think MAC stopped making that powder. So I went to a drugstore version of it, which was Black Opal, and that worked out perfectly. This is something a little new. This is the Pillow Talk Matte Beauty Blush Wand. It's this right here by Charlotte Tilbury, and I saw this in Sephora the other day. This is my first time trying it. I've never really tried this product before. It looked really cool, and it looked like it was an easy application to put on any sort of blush. So this is what it looks like, brand new out of the bottle. It has an on and off, which is kind of nice. So the on, I believe it's on right now. Where's the, oh, okay. There's a little thing right here on the side. So right now it's on off and it's on. So all you do is squeeze, and once you squeeze, you start to see that pink kind of come through. So for my blush, I'm gonna be pressing a little bit more. For my brush, I'm gonna be pressing this here. I'm not sure how much I need. Like I said, this is the first that I've used it. So I'm gonna go light and then start to pack on more. It looks like I have a lot on the camera, but in person it's not really like that. So I'm gonna go in with a nice fresh clean brush and just kind of blend that out. Just like that, just to give me some nice red rosiness onto my cheeks. And I think this actually looks pretty good. I think maybe a darker shade or something. Maybe it looks a little too red. Yeah, I think this is probably too red. But we gonna make this work. Yeah, in person it doesn't look bad, but in camera you can see, hey, this looks clownish, honestly. So I'm going to kind of fix this. Yeah, I'm gonna try and fix this a little bit. Okay, now to fix this, you just need to go back in with your loose powder and then apply it directly on top of it. This brown is gonna go ahead and mute a lot of that red that's coming through. And once you put the brown on there, you see how it kind of simmers that down a lot? Look how bright that is. You put the brown on top and it's gonna simmer that color, that shade a lot. So lastly, what I'm gonna do is set my entire face with the airbrush Charlotte Tilbury Berry Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Ooh, shoot. There you go. And whenever you put on setting spray, you want to make sure that you kind of wet your face with it so that it dries and it just sets your makeup. Alright, so we are not done yet, y'all, okay? We're gonna go on to the lips. So for the lips, I want to do a kind of cocoa reddish, brown reddish type of color. I don't have that for lipstick, and I don't really have a lip liner, which I should get. But I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna use this Juvia's Place lipstick, and this is in the shade Cocoa. This is a really nice, deep brown shade, and I'm gonna use this as a lip liner. You gotta be creative sometimes. Mush that color together. I'm gonna go in with, this is Very Cherry by Maybelline. This is like one of my oldest red lipsticks, and I'm gonna apply that color right in the middle, just like this. Now to make it darker, you can always add a little bit more of this Juvia's Place Cocoa, and I'll show you what that looks like. Add a little bit on top, just like that. And you see how that color got darker, but it still kept the redness of it. That's all you need, like a really nice dark deep red shade. Now, next thing, now that my face is completely fixed or set, I guess you can say, I want to go in and use a little bit of some highlight. So I'm going to go in using the Too Faced, this is the eyeshadow palette that I use. I'm going to use this shade, let's go with like a golden color. So it's going to be called Apple of My Eye, and it's going to be this shade right over here. It's like a nice like golden glittery type of shade. So you just use a little bit of this, apply it onto a really nice kind of fluffy brush, and you start to see that highlight. Next, I do want to brighten up my inner tear duct. I'm gonna go in with this shade here. It's called Caramel Apple. It's this right here. And I'm gonna apply this shade. And this shade is the same shade that I use for my top transition shade. And I'm gonna apply this just right here. Something. There we go. So guys, this is my final look for a really cool kind of Christmas type of look, if that's what you're looking for this holiday season. Thanks again guys for watching. Please, if you have any questions or anything like that, make sure you put it down in the comment section below. Make sure you also thumbs up the video if you like the video, and then I'll see you guys next time. Have an amazing holiday season. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.